Be honest. It's not truly easy to walk with God and trust God. A lot of us, when we wake up and we allow God to come into our lifestyle, we think it's easy sometimes because it feels good when we first go through that spiritually awakened process. But then we realize how difficult it is. And that's what I want to continue to document on my journey. You see, when I was going to make this video, I pulled up to the park, I hopped out, I started grounding, connecting to Mother Earth. And when I was going to hit record, I realized that I did not have my SD card in. So I was kind of mad, I'm not going to lie. And I had two options. I could either complain, make excuses, and say, I'm not going to make the video, God, the devil's trying to attack me. I guess it wasn't meant to be. Or I could prove to God that I was going to stay aligned with the vision that he gave me, go back home, get my SD card, and create this video. So I said, you know what? If Albert, you're truly walking with God and you're showing people how to do the process on a daily basis, that means that you have to go back home and make the video. So I got in my car, drove back home. When I got home, I said, man, it's easy for me to just sit here, make excuses, just kick it, not go back and not make the video. But I said, you know what? I'm going to align 100% and trust God. So here I am making this video once again. And I want us to understand that that's what it's all about. When God tells you to walk with him, it's not going to be easy. You're going to have doubt. You're going to have fear. You're going to have days where you truly don't want to do it. But that's where the discipline kicks in. And that's what I've realized. I said, you know what? Trusting God is not always fun. It's not always pretty because God can tell you to do things that are out of your comfort zone, that truly you've never done before. You know, when I first was given this vision to speak on camera, that wasn't truly how I am as a person. Sometimes I'm introverted. Sometimes I don't really like talking to people. I don't like putting myself out there. And I'm probably like you. I like to just be in my shell and just chill and relax. So that's what I've realized. I said, you know what, Albert? When you're truly fully aligning, this is the real journey. The real journey is showing the good days and the bad days. So this is what I've learned. Number one is that you have to let go of control, because you're gonna truly want to control a lot of things. And that's why the saying is, let go and let God deal with it. That's what faith is all about, because there's going to be things that you can't fully control in life. There's going to be days where you're going to get bad news, where you might get a flat tire. You know, you might be fired from your job, whatever the case may be, and you're going to feel upset. You're going to feel mad. You're going to feel stressed. You're going to feel pressure. But those days, you have to truly understand that God is still with you. God is still shaping you. God sees the bigger picture. And sometimes we don't see the bigger picture. Number two is you have to stay consistent with this. If you wake up to God's love and you start trusting God, that means at that moment, you have to do it daily. You have to pick up your cross daily. And what I mean is, I want you guys to bring some type of peace into your day, whatever that is. If that is going to the park like me, connecting to Mother Earth, meditating, praying, reading your scriptures, whatever that is for you that brings you peace and clarity. Maybe it's reading a book, maybe it's listening to some beats, whatever it is, I want you guys to do that. Put yourself first sometimes, because, you know, like I know, this world doesn't do that. You have to get into stillness. You have to basically destroy all the distractions that are coming your way. Number three is you have to understand that God sometimes is testing us, right? He wants to see. And a lot of people don't like when I say, oh, God is testing you. But that's the only way that I could see it. You know, Job was tested. He allowed Satan basically to come in and see if he was going to stay a worthy servant. And that's what we have to understand. There's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. That's just period. You're going to have mixed emotions sometimes. One day you might be happy. The next day you might be sad. The next day you might be truly on a high, like you high off life. And then the next day you might be depressed and you're anxious and you're lonely. So we all battle. That's just a battle within. We all battle our flesh and our spirit. But it's important for you to remember that you have to put God first. As long as you keep doing that and you're showing up daily, that's powerful in itself. I think a lot of times we overcomplicate a lot of things and we make it seem like we're being attacked because, like, for example, I felt like I was getting attacked. Like, man, my SD card wasn't in here. This Satan attacking me. And how could he do that? And, God, if you truly want to make the video, like, we can make so many excuses. We can blame so many people, and we cannot truly sometimes understand that accountability has to be put on ourselves. A lot of times we blame people, we blame Satan, we blame God. But what if God just wants to see if you're going to be an accountable person? What if God just wants to see if you're going to accept responsibility? And that's what I want you guys to do. When you're trusting God, the real journey is just looking at that person. You got to look yourself in the mirror, that person that you see, accept who you are, and be willing to change. Be willing to adapt. That's what I've realized. If you can adapt, if you can initiate that change and be a person that willingly loves to change and constantly, because, like, look at the forest. This is perfect. The cycle is, we have seasons. One season is spring, one season is winter. So Earth adapts. Why can't we adapt? Most of us just stay stuck in our ways, and then we can't truly trust God because we're stuck. For you to get unstuck, you have to understand that you have to bring some clarity and awareness. I want you to start thinking about what you can do to truly align 100% right now. Start reflecting. Just start bringing some awareness to this. Sometimes that's what we need. We just need to start understanding that when God said, "Peace, be still," that means you have to be still and you have to understand who you are. Most of us don't know who we are. I'm asking this question: who are you? Who do you want to become? What morals do you have? Who do you truly see yourself becoming in 5 years? Do you have a long-term vision? Most of us think short-term, and that's okay. We can live day by day, but I want you to start developing a bigger plan for your life, a true vision. This is how I'm learning to become that man that God trusts. I know it's not always easy. Trust me. I'm the first person to say this, which is why I'm documenting, to show you that it's not easy, but I'm still doing it. I'm still showing up for you. If you want to join the movement of hashtag Walking with God Daily, put down in the comments, I'm in. Start your day today understanding that God wants you to trust him. God wants you to build, and God wants you to truly show others what's possible. This is the movement. This is the mission. All praises to the Most High. Until next time, peace.